everyone. Happy Monday, beautiful people. There we go. Now I'm live. Okay. Happy Monday, beautiful people. How is everybody doing? There, now it looks better. All right. Wow. It's the last Monday of August. Yeah. So today, August 29th, actually. And this is Rachel from the MPH Life LLC. And today I'm coming with little tips to retrain your brain for healthier habits. We talked a lot about having healthier habits, eating better and stuff like that. But we've also talked about the necessity to just create better habits. But there are also little tricks that you can have, because remember I had mentioned about the need to return your brain because you have gotten it so used to some food, some chemicals, some not so good things that you introduce to your body and is used to it. That's just like, going through sugar withdrawal for those that eat a lot of sweets and candy and things of the sort. So today I'm bringing to you some tips to make it a little easy and feasible for you. Okay. Those are a bunch of things I've practiced myself for a good while now, and that also helps me kind of stay in my lane, if I can put it that way. So, by the way, if you are watching, to be nice to comment where you are watching from. I will appreciate it. If you have any questions, post it and I will answer as I go. If not, you can still post it if you are watching this afterward on YouTube or the MPH page, and I will reply to you. Okay? And forget not to like our YouTube page, to subscribe, to follow, to share with your friend, especially if you find these tips and things helpful. All right. So, retraining your brain for a healthier eating. There's this theory out there. They call it the nudge theory. That is, it's this idea that making little subtle and small changes can positively influence your behavior over time, and it really influence your decision making, as you incorporate those behavior, as you keep up with them, as you make it a practice. It doesn't mean that you will get it right from the beginning, right? But this is something you stick to. You keep at it, and so um, over time it really influences your overall behavior, and that becomes a habit. Just like you create a habit of having pop with every meal, you know you can actually change that habit of having water instead with every meal. So that's kind of the idea of the nudge theory. So let's talk about the hack you can do. Number one, with shopping. I'm sure you guys have heard it's never a good idea to shop empty stomach. It's really not a good idea. Some studies out there have shown that you tend to put more junk food in your cart if you are out shopping hungry. So you don't want to be shopping empty stomach, right? But on top of it, it has been, little studies here and there. This is not like a large. These are not large studies. It's solid, like you do for some drugs that have been around for years and years. No, however, it has been shown that eating an apple before you go out shopping actually kind of helps. Folks that tend to eat an apple, um, for some reason, tend to go towards more veggies and fruits in their carts. Okay, um, if you eat junk food before you go to the market, you will likely get a junk food to get more junk food in your home, right? To supply your junk food. However, if you eat an apple, or even a fruit that's not so high, excessively high in sugar, you are 25% more likely to put more fruit and vegetables in your cart. So that's a tip. I know. I know. Tip number two, this is one of my favorites because I started with this. Think of yourself as a healthy eater. You know how we often say, how you often see the plate of somebody who eats healthy and you go, yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, you want to change that. That might not necessarily look appealing to you, but you want to start thinking, yeah, I'm a healthy eater. I make better food choices, even if what you have on your plate is a greasy hamburger or whatever it is. Because as you start putting that in your head, you'll be less and less attracted to the unhealthier food. Not only that, when you have the sight of the healthy food, as opposed, instead of being repulsed by it, even when repulsed, do not bank into that. Tell yourself you like it. So, for instance, I used to not care for broccoli. Really, I used to not care for much cooked vegetables. I really used to not care, even salads. But so what I started doing is when I'll eat and I had my serving of veggies, I'll look at it and go, delicious. Although I really did not want to have that. Yeah. And that became a habit to the point where I actually started actually having that feeling toward the veggies on my plate. Is that making sense? So you have to influence that thought, that reaction you are having. Stop the thought that is disgusting or whatever, and you can make it really tasty. It doesn't have to be disgusting either. So there is that, and that leads me into the third tip. And I've said that before, when you have your plate, you have your serving, especially for those that are starting small. So you are introduced more and more healthier options on your plate. Typically the reflex is to go to the unhealthier and more comforting options, the what you really rather eat before the healthier options. Well, what happens is when you do that, then you really don't care to eat the healthier options. So start with the healthier options. What seems so less attractive to you, start with that before you go to what you really want to eat. And that includes dessert and all of those things. So um let's say I have on my plate I don't know, fried chicken, mac and cheese, and to be a good person, serving of broccoli or asparagus or whatever you want to put on there, right? Eat the healthy portion first. First, because it's starting to fill you up. So, you get full and are less likely to eat all of the unhealthy option. And this is how you start putting more and more of the healthier option on your plate and less of the unhealthier option, especially the sides. And then you start tackling the meat, the protein and things. And today, thanks to air fryers and such, you really have the possibility to make delicious meals and you don't need to necessarily fry it. You can also bake things. So eat the unhealthy food first. Um, another tip, another tip is especially for us younger one, and you don't have to be young really. Take a picture. When you have those healthy meals on your plate, take a pictures. If you are a social media person, post your healthy food you are eating because you are kind of rewarding yourself. It's a little bit of showing off type thing, but really it's also holding yourself accountable for what you are doing. And if you don't care to put it on social media, just have a food, a picture food diary. You take a picture, you just keep taking a picture. I don't know about you, but typically when I go out to a restaurant I've not been before, or really a restaurant, even if I've been there and I have a plate in front of me of things I don't typically eat, or I are a treat, or just look good, It looks good. That's the reason why you take the picture, right? It looks good. You are looking forward to eating it. I you tend to take a picture of it. I don't. I used to post picture all the times, but I guess I'm growing up, so now the picture just stayed in my phone. Do the same thing with the healthier plates, you know, with the better plates you are having, and this becomes a habit. And so now you have this diary in your phone of healthy things you are eating, and then you realize, really, I am doing this, and that encourages you to do more and more and more. Yeah, guys. And don't forget, again, you are tricking your brain. You are teaching, you are retraining your brain. Oh, another tip, especially when you have the junk food on your plate. At those time when we indulge holidays, we are about to step in September. The holiday seasons are coming. So this is a tip, right? If you are left-handed, try to eat with your right hand. If you are right-handed, try to eat with your left. This is when you are eating the not good food, because there's effort you are putting into it, and then you also have to focus. You have to focus on actually eating, so you are not just shoving the food and not really thinking about how much you are putting in your body, and you are more conscious of when you are actually full. Because remember, many of us really don't listen to the signal, the full signal. When your brain says, I'm full, the food is so good, you are still going. And so when you are eating with your non-dominant hand, it is forcing you to really pay attention to what's going on. It's demanding your attention and your focus. This helps you eat less. Yep, I know. All right. Now, another trick, another very funny trick. It works. It works for me. It works for me. You can try it. That's the imagination. I'm really, really craving, let's say, a bag of chips, okay? But I don't want to eat the whole bag of chips. Remember, I've talked about you don't have to eat the whole thing. You are not gonna die if you don't finish the whole bag. Okay, this is one trick you can try. Imagine yourself, like, literally walk your brain through the fact that you just ate half the bag of chip before you actually start eating the chips. For some reason, your system is actually thinking you did eat half a bag of chips. So as you start eating it, it's thinking you have started eating the other half of the bag. Is that making sense? So the not the satiety, but that pleasure, your pleasure center, or the satisfaction, you reach that satisfaction point much quicker, because you actually walked your brain and your sensation and your emotions and feeling through eating half a bag of chips, when you really did not do that without really putting it in your body. Yeah, I know. That's my tips for today. So I hope you find this helpful. Hey, I would like to hear back from you when you try these tricks. Let me know if you find it helpful. Let me know if it's working, okay, or if you've tried it and what you think happened, okay. Like I say, several of them I've had to use, and now it's become a reflex. I don't even think about it anymore. So, but I would like to know, for those of you that have never tried such things, and let me know what results you got from it. Now, I want to wish you a good rest of the month of August, and be ready to take on September in the most mighty way. Okay, we have 3 more months to go to this year, and we have great things to accomplish still. Yeah. All right, guys. If there are no questions, well, I guess they come later. Have a good night, and I see you next time. Don't forget to check us on our website also, www.thempHlife.com. See ya. Take care.